Hello learners, welcome back. In this series, we are learning how to use AI agent in Oracle Apex 26.1. In the first video, I have showed you how to configure your open router, how to create API, how to select a model. So in this second video, I will show you how to configure your web credential, which is a very key role in using or consuming your API. So for that one, we have to come to this landing page. You can see we are in 26.1, which is the latest. Then you have to go over here in this section. Then you have to go to workspace utility, and then you click for all workspace utility. Over here you will see multiple options. We don't have to go to generative AI because first of all we have to create web credential. You have to click over here. You can see we already have a web credential already created, which I am consuming right now in our application. If you want to check it out, you can check it through the link in the description. As of now, when you click over here, you can ask question related to inventory, stock update, everything over here. So we will create a new one, but before that I will show you how I have created this one. So you have to click over here. So you can see we have all this information over here, but I will create for you as of now the fresh one. So I will go back step by step. I will click over here, create, and we will, as of now, you can use any name over here. So I will go one by one for each one, you understand well. So what is name over here? This display the name of a credential record inside Apex Builder. It has no functional impact on your application. So we are using this to convey basically what is the name of this particular one for credential that belong to our AI services. So as of now, we are taking a name which we already used, but I will use, you can go, I am using this one, ChatGPT basically. So I will use this one. Yeah. Chat AI agent web. I will not take that much. Okay. This one, this much is enough. So see, static ID is automatically changed for this one. So what is static ID basically? This is a critical field. Static ID is a programmatic identifier that survive import, export, and development deployment basically. When we create a generative AI services is a reference for this credential basically. It refers it as by a static ID, not by a name. So whatever name you will give over here, it doesn't have a significant important of that one. Static ID is which is targeting this particular web credential and referring to this one. So then we have, so I will put a name. So you can see the name is over here. Then what we have, authentication type. So you can see there are different type of authentication over here. So we are setting it to HTTP header. This tell Apex that the API key travel as a HTTP request header, not as a URL parameter or a basic auth or base 64 pair. Open Router, OpenAI, Anthropy, and Gemini all use HTTP header authentication with the authorization header basically. So that's why we are using this one. If you want to go in depth to understand that all, you can click over here. You can go one by one for this one. So as of now, we are using HTTP header. Then we have credential name over here. You can see, so this is the name of a HTTP header that carries your key basically. So for this one, we will put authorization. If you want to go in deep this one, you can read this out. So we are putting it authorization right now over here. So then we have credential secret basically. So this is where your open router API key goes with a bearer prefix basically. So you can see as of now we have this key over here. I will go, yeah, so this is my key right now, but we don't have to use it this way. Before that we have to use bearer with space. So this is a way to use it. Wait a second, let me copy that one and paste it over here. Yeah, so this is a format. Copy this one, go over here, put it over here. You can check it out over here. So no worries, after this video complete, I will remove this API basically, so there will be no misuse of this one. So as of now, for demo purpose, I'm using this one. Then we have once we put over here, then we have valid for URLs. You can see over here, enter the base URL of AI provider here. For open router, we can use as such this one. You can see open router AI. This one you can use the same one. If you want to go deeper into this one, you can read out this documentation. You can see over here we have all the documentation. I will not make this video lengthy on this one. Then we have this prompt on install. This is set to, we can on it over here. You can click over here. So you can see, choose whether prompt for this credential should be displayed when the application is being imported on another workspace instance. Since the Oracle Apex never export password or client secret installation prompt, always generate when the client ID username is provided. Okay, and leave everything blank over here. Then click over here, create. So you can see we have this web credential already. Don't save it. As of now, we don't save any credential information on browser level as well. So you can see it is already created over here. We are good to go. Now we will move forward with the second part, which is, so now as we already created this one web credential, now we will jump to generative AI. For that one, we have to go back to this one. So before that one, just copy the name over here, and then you will go back to workspace utility, click on workspace. So now you can see we have generative AI over here. Click over here. So you can see we already created one of our agent over here, generative AI agent. And even when you create any application, I will show you there is the option to create that application using generative AI, how we can how it is enabled. So as of now, we already configured generative AI. So if I click over here, create, you will see an option. You see, create app using generative AI, because it's already configured. If it's not, this option will never show over here. So now I will go back, I will click over here, AI agent generative, and I will tell you that this particular agent is supporting our application agent over here. So we are consuming the same approach over here. Then you can see what we have done over here is we have AI provider, which is right now is OpenAI. We are using OpenAI. If you want to go deeper into this one, you can select it from over here. And this is not a mistake. Even though you are using Open Router to call Google, Gemini, you selected OpenAI as a provider. This is because Open Router implement the OpenAI compatible REST API specification, the same JSON request format, the same endpoint path structure, the same response format. So Oracle Apex use the provider selection to determine how the format of API requested. OpenAI format is a correct choice for this Open Router. So this is something which tells about the format, not a specific one, even though you are not using that one. So you can see over here we are using Google Gemini 2.5 flashlight preview over here. So even though we are using that one, but still we are choosing this one. This is a format, you can see. Then we have a name, the display name for this service inside Apex Builder basically. So when you create an AI agent, you will see this particular agent on a drop down basically to select it. So this name appear throughout the Apex Builder when you configure AI features on the pages or AI agent. Choose a name that survive across the team member and deployment. It should not be conflict with the existing one as of now. So you have to focus on that one as well. And whenever you are creating any credential, you should be extra aware of the things, that what should be the name, what should be the prefix, how we can remember that one, how entire team can use it that way. So that's the thing. Then we have use by app builder. So toggle is already on. You can see over here I have done that one, but I will show you on the native one when we create the first time how it looks basically over there. But I will quickly copy this one, base URL open router, because you already know we are using open router as of now. And then the credential, you can see it's showing mine one as well. I am showing you in the existing one. I will create a new one for you as well. Then we have static ID. It is automatically created over here. Then we have model. We will use the same model over here. This is the most preferred model for this particular working structure. You can choose anything else, OpenAI, Anthropic, but I find it better to work with, so I use that one. And then we have, you can say, maximum AI token, how much it should consume. At a one level, you can see, if I click over here, you will see that one. So what I will do is I will quickly show you how to create it. Okay, we will cancel this one and I will click create, and I will choose OpenAI. Then I will give a name which I have already selected, which is ChatGPT, and it will be goes as Gen AI. Okay, that makes sense. So by default these are disabled already, but if I click over here, it will enable and it will show at the application creation time. You can see over here, we will make this open. So then we have base URL which is says API open ai.com, but we have to use open router. So I will go over here and the base URL will be copy this one from here, paste it over here, and in the credentials section you have to choose what we have created on the web credentials. So this one is my previous one, this one is the latest I have created. Now click over here. Then we have static ID over here. You can see this is our static ID, automatically fetch from the name itself. Then we have AI models over here. So we are using this model right now. You can for at least when you're starting with the fresh right now, you can use the same values in your generative AI web credential everywhere, same to same, use that one. So in this way at least you are able to see it at first level. If you change something and it will break down, then it's hard for you to debug that one. So it's better to go with the same one for a first time at least. So we'll copy this one, we will go to this one. Then we have max AI token over here. AI model I already told you. Then we have so credentials, you can see it is already selected from here. So then we will go to max. You can put it blank as of now over here. Why? Because if you set it for particular length, then after that length of that input it will break down, it will not proceed further. So let it be. We have already set a limitation directly on the open router itself. You can see for a limit of credit already we have put it over here. So no means to put it over here as well. You can leave it. Server timeout, this is very important because sometime when you put some values it break down, so it will be better. So as I told you about this one particular one, which is max AI token. So basically we can make it blank. This is a most you can say sensitive field in the entire configuration. Maximum AI tokens is not a pre-request of token limit. It is a collective session budget. Once a session consume token equal to the number across all AI calls, Apex throws a error which is 20962, and every subsequent AI call in the session fails with the budget exceed error. That's why I told you we have already set it into open router. You don't have to set it into this generative AI. During development and demos, always leave it blank. As of now, if you are creating for the first time, leave it blank. Then we have server timeout limit. As of now we are putting it 120. Basically the default timeout is too short for complex AI agent tool calls, where the models may need multiple tool call and resume cycle before the returning to a final answer. So we found it on a Gemini model on the this particular application we are creating, Vendix application over here. It usually take 8 to 15 per second basically for complex query to return. So we have set it into this one. You can increase it as well as per your requirement. Then we have HTTP header over here. You can see if we have put it over here, I will copy the same from here. So HTTP header tells the open router analytic which application is making a request. Open router uses this for their usage dashboard and rate limit identification. So X title is a human readable label that appears in your open router usage logs, making debugging much easier. The header are optional but strongly recommended by open router documentation for production usage. Without them, your request will still work, but the usage tracking in the open router dashboard will not be trackable. Basically, you can see. Then we have comment. We can make it blank. We can leave it over here. Then I will call it. We will test it out over here. So what I will do is I will click over here. So you can see connection successful. If there is any issue related to connection, it will show you the error over here. Either issue will be over here. So as of now, if you think about this one, we have created open router API. Then we use that open router API into web credential, and the web credential is now accessible by generative AI. So if any error will fall, it will be about generative AI, which is this one. It can be with the web credential, how we configure that one. It can be with the open router as well. So that's the reason I have created this video in a sequence, so you will understand it better. And I recommend you to go as per all the variables I have set, step by step. Use the same format, same name, same model, everything for first level of at least creation. Then click on create. So I will do one thing. I will close this one. Yeah, create. So I think you can understand the problem that one is, because AI agent is already used for creating application, use builder basically in your application. So we cannot create two. So I disable that one. So now you understand how to create web credential. Now you also understand how to create generative AI services as well. So now you can go ahead with that one. In the next video, I will show you how to leverage everything we have created till now into creating an AI agent. So I will see you in the next video.